Today we are going to be making Flypaper from the Horror Movie Night Cookbook. This is the absolute perfect treat to bring to those Halloween parties. It's kind of got a fun little theme. It looks like flypaper, and then the little chocolate chips are the flies that have been caught. So we're going to start by preheating the oven to 325 degrees, and then we're going to line the bottom of a baking pan with parchment paper. I definitely struggled getting the parchment paper to stay down. And I thought either I'm just an absolute dummy or the best thing to do is to wait until we pour the crust in there and then it'll stay down because of that. So we're going to start with melting a cup of butter. The recipe didn't say whether or not to use salted or unsalted butter, but I had salted butter, so that's what I used. And then in another bowl, we're going to combine a half a cup of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix that together with the melted butter. Once that's mixed up, we're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour and then stir that up nicely. Take that and put it into our baking pan and then press it down so that it's even layers. And then we're going to put that into the oven for 20 minutes or until the edges are lightly browned. While that's baking, we're going to make the lemon filling. To make the filling, we're going to mix 2 cups of granulated sugar and 5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Going to kind of mix that up, and then we're going to add 6 large eggs. Actually, I only had medium eggs, so I did 6 medium eggs, but I don't think it mattered. It still turned out great. And then this was both the most fun part and the most terrible part of making this recipe is that the recipe calls for 1 cup of fresh lemon juice, which is about 4 to 6 lemons. I think that the lemons I got were just entirely too small or not ripe enough. I don't know, but they really didn't produce a whole lot of lemon juice. Maybe it would be better if I had like a lemon juicer or like one of those little hand squeezer things, but I just did this completely by hand. But this was actually really, really difficult, and it was producing like almost no juice. I was squeezing as hard as I possibly could. I don't know if I got like a bad set of lemons for juicing, but really hardly anything was coming out, and I was working entirely too hard for this task, I think. So I got through the first lemon, and I was definitely not thinking this was going to work out. The second lemon was a lot better. I was like, okay, this might not be so bad. The third lemon, really not a whole lot of juice. So I made it through 5 lemons, and I was like, okay, I'll check and see how close I am to a cup of lemon juice. And I had like hardly even half a cup. Decided to use the 6th lemon, and then I had some lemon juice in my fridge, so I just decided to add some of that to make sure that it was nice and lemony. So if you have any suggestions for things to get to be able to juice lemons better, or how to find the right lemons to juice, maybe I needed bigger lemons, I'm not 100% sure. But let me know in the comments if you have any ideas. Then from there, we're just going to whisk that together until smooth. This part was actually really fun. It smelled absolutely stunning, and I really do enjoy whisking. You don't need any sort of hand mixer or anything to whisk this, just a regular whisk. It was pretty liquidy, so it was super easy to whisk. And then we're going to set that aside and bring out our crust. While it's still warm, we're going to take a fork and we're going to pierce some holes into the crust. Just make sure that you don't pierce all the way through to the bottom. You're just going to kind of like gently touch it with the fork on top. And then we're going to pour our lemon filling over that and put it back into the oven for 25 minutes. Or until the filling has set and no longer jiggles. Then we're going to get 1/4 cup of honey ready. Once that lemon filling is set, we're going to bring it out, and then we're going to pour 1/4 cup of honey over the top and spread it out evenly around the bars while they're still warm. And then we're going to let it cool just a bit. Once that filling is at room temperature, then we're going to add our chocolate chips. The filling should be just warm enough for them to stick, but you don't want them to melt. I might have added the chocolate chips just slightly too early because I tried to move some around and they were definitely a little bit melty, but patience definitely is not my strong suit, so it is what it is. Then you're going to put the pan in the refrigerator for at least an hour. And then you can cut them into squares and serve cold. I loved having the parchment paper lining the baking pan because it made it super easy to just take it out, not messy at all. Then we're going to go ahead and cut it up into some squares. And these turned out really, really cute. I know they're supposed to be a Halloween treat. They're supposed to be, you know, scary and everything. They didn't turn out scary at all. I thought they turned out absolutely adorable. But people definitely got the concept with the Flypaper, so I think this could still be the perfect thing to take to a Halloween party. I was unsure about how the chocolate chips would be with the lemon, but it was really, really good. And I actually had a couple of people say they would prefer even more chocolate chips. Let's go ahead and take a bite. Oh my gosh, this was just... I was blown away. I really didn't expect it to be this freaking good.
Wow, wow, wow.
I love a good lemon bar, but like the crust with the lemon and the chocolate, like it was the perfect combination of a little bit sweet, a little bit tart. They just really turned out so good. So definitely give these a try. Make sure that you like this video and you're subscribed. Let me know if you make these for your next Halloween party. I would give this a 13 out of 10. Okay, thanks, bye.
Lemon cheese.
It's a good lemon bar.